The cross was how God initiated with us. The cross was the great initiation. It wasn't, listen to me, Jesus did not die for people who already loved him. Jesus didn't die for a weird, rare remnant of people who were dedicated to him. People who had crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's, kept all their spiritual ducks in a row. Jesus didn't die for that. John 3:16, listen to me, does not say, for the world so loved God. That's not what John 3:16 says, but that's the way we act and live like it reads. As if it reads, for the world so loved God, that all of a sudden God was up in heaven perusing his celestial halls, and all of a sudden as he's walking about doing his God things, all of a sudden he heard this little cry off in the distance. So all of a sudden God stops, he says, whatever could that be? He begins to look out into the galaxy, and all of a sudden he sees that this little faint noise is coming from this dusty little planet called Earth, and he zeroes in further to find a remnant of people on this planet who are calling to him. They're saying, God, we love you. We'll worship you. We'll honor you. We'll adore you. We'll give you the glory you deserve. God, if you're out there, come to us. And all of a sudden, God says, well, it's pretty intriguing. They really want me there. You know, I have much to do up here and still kind of cleaning up after Lucifer, but okay, I'll come. That's not what John 3:16 says. It doesn't say for the world cried out to God, for the world so loved God. It says for God so loved the world. You understand that word world in the original language implies broken, evil system. Evil, bad people. God so loved people who so hated him that he gave his only son, not one of the many that he had, and he was willing to risk one in an effort to save us. He bet the farm on us. He went all in on us. He said, call my bluff, because I ain't bluffing. I love you that much. God went all in. God initiated this thing with us. And that's the message of the gospel. It's that God gives us, listen to me, that which we do not deserve. You don't deserve that kind of initiation. God didn't initiate it with you because you deserve it. God didn't initiate it because you were somehow moral enough on one particular Sunday morning or on one particular Thursday night that your moral meter hit the bar and God says, bam, I'll do it. That is not why God did it. God did it out of his own goodness, out of his own mercy, for he is rich in mercy. The Lord loves you is what I'm trying to get you to see. And our job is to respond to that love. 1 John 4:17 just kind of really just bottom lines it. It says this, for we love because he first loved us. The only reason we love him is because his love initiated with us. You have to understand, I was giving the gentleman a bit of a hard time, but God didn't just cross an auditorium or slide into a DM. He didn't just do that. He crossed an ocean, he crossed a galaxy, he crossed a solar system, he crossed time and space and didn't slide into a DM, but he slid into skin and bone so that he could do for you what you could never do for yourself. And that way, the death you needed and the death you were going to be handed could be handed to him. And then you could be handed the life that only rightfully belongs to him. That's the gospel. And it's sad how rare it is in our churches. It's sad that you can go to most churches and never know the gospel. Never hear a word about the scandalous grace of God. But that's the only thing, listen to me, that's the only thing that's ever made a difference in anyone's life, ever made a permanent difference in anyone's life. It's the gospel.